Lawyer tells seniors, debit card users, beware. New ghost tap trick is spreading fast. Attention seniors. If you carry a debit card in your wallet or purse, you need to pay close attention. A brand new scam called the ghost tap is spreading faster than any trick I've seen in years. Criminals are targeting older people because they know you are more likely to carry your card in places that are easy to reach, like a pocket, handbag, or small purse. Here's the terrifying part. In just 3 seconds, without laying a hand on you, scammers can drain money directly from your bank account. You may not even realize it until days later when mystery charges start to appear. By then, the criminals are long gone. And even worse, your bank may not automatically refund you, because technically the card worked as designed. I'm attorney Linda Matthews, and today I'm going to explain everything you need to know about the ghost tap scam. I'll show you exactly how it works, why banks sometimes refuse to help, and most importantly, the legal and practical steps you can take right now to protect yourself. I'll also reveal the one simple item, cheaper than a cup of coffee, that can make you practically immune to this trick. So stay with me until the end. This is a warning every senior needs to hear. Please also hit like so more people see this, and tell me in the comments, have you ever had your debit card hacked? Sharing your story could protect someone else from falling victim. What exactly is the ghost tap scam? In the past, debit and credit card theft usually required something physical. A thief might steal your card, skim it with a fake ATM, or trick you into entering details into a bogus website. You had to lose control of your card or your information. But the ghost tap is different. It doesn't require you to hand anything over. Here's the unsettling truth. Ghost tap uses the same technology we trust every day. NFC, near-field communication. That's the feature that lets you tap your card on a checkout machine without swiping or typing a PIN. It feels convenient, but it's a double-edged sword. Because if legitimate stores can use it, so can criminals. All scammers need is a portable payment terminal, the same kind you see at coffee shops, restaurants, or delivery drivers carrying. These machines are shockingly easy to buy online. Hidden in a jacket pocket or bag, the terminal becomes a silent weapon. The moment it gets close enough to your wallet or purse, the card thinks it's making a real purchase, and the money is gone. Imagine this. You're standing in line at the pharmacy. The person behind you shuffles a little closer, pretending to be impatient. What you don't see is the small payment reader hidden in their coat. Without a sound, your debit card transmits through your handbag. A $40 charge processes instantly. No beep, no buzz, no alert. You walk away, completely unaware. Scammers often repeat this in crowded places, subways, buses, grocery stores, or stadiums. They keep the charges small, usually under $100, because banks rarely flag them as fraud. By the time you notice, multiple small withdrawals have added up to hundreds of dollars. And because the card never left your possession, many victims initially doubt anything happened at all. They think they must have spent the money themselves. Why seniors are prime targets. Criminals focus on seniors not because you're careless, but because your routines make you vulnerable. Many older adults carry wallets or purses in ways that are easier to approach without drawing suspicion. A handbag might rest loosely over your shoulder. A wallet might sit in an outer coat pocket, or you might set it down briefly while signing papers. Each moment creates an opportunity. Technology familiarity is another factor. While most seniors know about Tap to Pay, fewer realize that the feature is always on unless disabled. The card is constantly broadcasting its readiness to connect. Many assume if they didn't hand the card over, no transaction could occur. That false sense of security is exactly what Ghost Tap exploits. Criminals also choose environments where seniors gather: community centers, weekday grocery stores, libraries, or pharmacies. They blend in, sometimes wearing fake lanyards or uniforms. Seniors, often focused on conversation or paperwork, may not notice a stranger step slightly too close. By the time anyone suspects, the scammer is gone. Finally, scammers assume seniors may not check bank apps frequently. Some victims don't notice until the monthly paper statement arrives. By then, multiple hits have drained their account. I've seen clients lose hundreds before realizing what happened. It's not about negligence, it's about habit and trust being exploited. Why banks sometimes refuse refunds? Here's where the legal side becomes tricky. Most people assume fraudulent charges are always refunded. Unfortunately, The ghost tap scam lives in a legal gray zone. That's because no one stole your card or hacked your account. The payment was made using your real card's chip, exactly as designed. From the bank's perspective, the system worked. A merchant requested payment. The card responded and the transaction completed. There was no failed PIN, no declined attempt, no stolen plastic. Banks often argue that if the tap feature was active, the transaction must have been authorized. This shifts the burden of proof onto the victim. Another issue is transaction size. Because ghost tap scammers keep charges small, banks don't prioritize investigation the way they would for large withdrawals. Victims are often told the charges look legitimate. Add to that the requirement many banks impose to report fraud within 24 to 48 hours, and you see why so many seniors struggle to get money back. In disputes I've handled, banks sometimes even suggest a family member use the card with implied permission. Proving otherwise without witnesses or footage is hard. Yes, you can escalate to regulators like the CFPB in the US or the Financial Ombudsman in the UK, but the process can be exhausting. Scammers count on victims giving up. That is why prevention is the most powerful defense. How to protect yourself? Right now. The good news is that stopping ghost tap is surprisingly easy once you know how. Scammers rely on two conditions. Your tap to pay is always active and your card is easy to reach. Break either and you become a much harder target. Step 1. Physical protection. Invest in RFID blocking sleeves or wallets. These create a shield that prevents your card from transmitting signals. Even if a scammer presses a reader against your bag, the card stays silent. They cost as little as $5 and can be found online or in stores. Make sure to cover all tap-enabled cards, not just your debit card. Step 2. Disable tap to pay entirely. Many banks allow you to turn off NFC through the mobile app or by calling customer service. Once off, your card only works when inserted and verified with a PIN. Yes, it's less convenient, but it eliminates the ghost tap threat completely. Step 3. Carry cards strategically. Don't store them in outer coat pockets or the top of a handbag. Use inner compartments, zippered sections, or wallets buried deeper inside. Scammers want quick, invisible access. If reaching your card requires effort, they'll move on to someone else. Step 4. Check your account daily. Open your banking app, scan for unfamiliar charges, and don't dismiss small ones. Ghost tap thrives on $20 or $40 hits that fly under fraud detection systems. Treat every suspicious charge seriously and act immediately. What to do if you're a victim? Even with precautions, scams happen. If you suspect a ghost tap, speed is critical. The sooner you act, the higher your chance of getting money back. First, call your bank using the fraud hotline printed on your card. Report it specifically as contactless payment fraud. Ask for a dispute claim number and write it down. Demand written confirmation of your report, whether email or letter, listing all disputed transactions. This documentation is your protection. Second, file a police report. Even if the amount seems small, the report creates an official record of the crime. Banks and regulators often require this before processing claims. Give details where you were when charges appeared and any unusual encounters. Third, document everything. Take screenshots of your bank statements, keep notes of every phone call, and save emails. Victims who stay organized almost always get faster refunds. If the bank refuses, escalate to your country's financial complaints authority. Agencies like the CFPB in the US or AFCA in Australia can pressure banks to act fairly. Finally, replace your card, disable tap to pay, and use RFID protection. Scammers often target the same victim again once they know the card works. Taking proactive steps ensures you're no longer an easy mark. The simple item that makes you immune. Remember that free or nearly free solution I promised? It's an RFID blocking sleeve or wallet. For less than a cup of coffee, you can create an invisible barrier that criminals can't penetrate. With one small change, you transform from an easy target into one of the hardest people to scam. I've seen seniors go from multiple ghost tap charges in a single month to 0 incidents once they adopted this protection. Combined with daily account checks and cautious card placement, it makes you practically immune to this fast-spreading trick. The ghost tap scam is frightening because it feels invisible. Your card never leaves your possession, no one asks for a PIN, and yet the money vanishes. Banks may drag their feet, scammers stay steps ahead, and seniors are left frustrated. But knowledge is power. By understanding how Ghost Tap works and by taking simple steps, blocking RFID, disabling tap to pay, checking accounts, you can stop this crime before it touches you. Prevention is far easier than fighting for refunds after the fact. So take action today. Protect your card, protect your savings, and protect your peace of mind. Share this warning with friends and family so no one you love falls victim. The criminals are fast, but together we can be faster.